What is good, YouTube? Quinn Wade coming to y'all with that instant basketball analysis live on Analysis Playground, exclusively on YouTube. Obviously, this is going to be the NBA Finals playoff edition, and now we have a championship. Congratulations to the Oklahoma City Thunder for becoming NBA champions after beating the Indiana Pacers tonight. It was very fun watching this team throughout the regular season and also throughout the entire playoffs as they was trying to get their first championship in their history as the Thunder. They was a 68-14 win team. They dominated the regular season. They was able to have some trials and tribulations in the Western Conference to be able to get to the NBA Finals. But ultimately, they ended up getting it done. Shea didn't shoot the ball that great, but he was still a great leader and still found his teammates and still attacked his defense the right way. And they was able to get some turnovers. They was able to make some shots. They was able to put a lead on the Pacers in that third quarter, and they was able to finish them off in the fourth to become champions. And that's something that they dreamed of, they wanted to be, they should have been, they could have been, and now it's reality that they are. And now we're just gonna see if they can become a dynasty, as they have 13 first-round picks, and also have second-round picks. And they also have a lot of young talent that they can trade to continue to make this team relevant over the next couple of years to be able to win multiple championships. And that should be their goal. They beat the Pacers, for those that don't know, 103-91. OKC won the first quarter 25-22. They lost the second quarter 26-22, making them trail going into the second half, where they blew out the Pacers 34-20 in that third quarter, and that basically was game. Although the Pacers did win a fourth quarter 23-22. Tyrese Halliburton was basically done in the first quarter. He had some nice shots to fall through, finished with 9 points in 7 minutes. You can tell he was ready. You can tell he was going to play his hardest and do the best he could to lead this team to a possible championship. And you can say the same thing about Pascal Siakam. He defended well, used that lane and that reach and his scoring ability to get them off to a good start so that they can show the Thunder that they're coming to win a championship and not going to play around with them. And they didn't, even though they ended up losing this game, because Pascal played 37 minutes. He was 5 of 13 from the field and 2 of 5 from three. He finished 4 of 7 from the free throw line. He ended up having 16 points and 4 rebounds. You would like him to do more, but you can focus more on him when Tyler Reese is on the bench or not playing. And that's something that ended up happening, but we knew it would, because obviously, like I said, the Thunder are going to do what it takes to win the title, as they should. One of his rebounds was offensive out of the 4 total. 2 assists, 1 steal, 1 block, 1 personal foul. Well, 1 turnover, 2 personal fouls. He was a -4 and plus minus. Aaron Nesmith didn't do much, and that was one of the unfortunate parts about the game, because they really needed him to really step it up. And he ended up fouling out also. 30 minutes, 1 of 5 from the field, 1 of 3 from the three-point line. No free throws at all, but he did leave the starters and rebounding with 6 total. One of them being offensive with an assist, 2 steals, 2 blocks, a turnover, a +6 and plus minus. He only had 3 points. He was hurt. You can see him on the bench, just teary-eyed. You came this far. Obviously, you want to be a champion. Obviously, you wanted to win it, and y'all was right there, and y'all just couldn't pull it together and make enough shots to be able to stay in the game to give themselves a chance to win it. Because also Miles Turner, he only had 6 points in that starting lineup. He only played 24 minutes. He was 2 of 4 from the field, 1 of 3 from the three-point line. He went 1 of 4 from the free throw line. He only was able to grab 4 rebounds, with one of them being offensive with an assist, a turnover, 3 personal fouls. He was a -12 and plus minus. He has been really disappointing in this series, where his shots was always there. He just wasn't knocking them down that much, even though his defense been decent. Tonight, he didn't get a steal or a block, which is something you would have had thought about in a game 7, and he didn't rebound that well either. If you're not going to score or rebound or dominate, defensively, you're going to be in a tough situation if you're the Pacers trying to beat a team like the Thunder, who did those things, especially Chet Holmgren. But Andrew Nembhard played 37 minutes, which was tied for the most tonight for the Pacers. He was 4-10 from the field, 2 or 3 from the 3-point line, 5 or 6 from the free throw line, 5 rebounds, one of them offensive, 6 assists, 2 turnovers, 3 personal fouls, a -9, and plus minus. He ended up having 15 points, which was the second most in the starting lineup. He did what he usually does, going to try to find a way to get to that mid range. And if he's not going to get to that mid range, he's going to shoot the three or get to the free throw line. He did all those things decently, especially finding teammates throughout the entire game that he was out there. He did get those turnovers, though, but it wasn't a crazy amount. And he did do a decent job trying to help on the boards. I like what he does. He's a camouflage type of player. He's going to score when he feels like he has a good shot, and he's going to play at his own speed and his own pace. And then he's going to try to do his thing at the same time. And then, like I said before, Tyrese Halliburton only played 7 minutes, but he did go 3 or 5 from the field and 3 or 4 from three. And he took some good shots, and he had a good shot selection. It just he couldn't blow past anybody because once he tried, he was out for the rest of the game. Get rested up, and see if y'all can win it next year because y'all did a good job this year. And all y'all missing from your resume is being champions, and we'll see if they're able to do it next year. But other than that, -2 and plus minus for him. He finished with 9 points. Not much to say because he didn't play that much, obviously. Obi Toppin, 21 minutes, 0-4 from the field, 0-3 from the 3-point line. 2 rebounds, 1 assist, 3 turnovers, 2 personal fouls, a -13 and plus minus. He didn't have the game that they needed him to. He has been such a big factor for them off the bench, and he didn't deliver tonight. He didn't have it going. He didn't have his shot going, and he didn't even have his ability to get to the rim going either. And that's unfortunate because he played 21 minutes and they was relying on him to be big and huge for them, and he just couldn't deliver. Johnny Murphy, 1 minute, he was a +4 and plus minus, and that was it. Thomas Bryant was 0-1 from three. That was the only field goal attempt. No free throws. He was a +2 and plus minus, just like Murphy. He had 0 points. Tony Bradley was able to go 2 or 2 from the free throw line, so he finished with 2 in a rebound, 1 turnover, 2 personal fouls. He's a -2 and plus minus. TJ McConnell, 28 minutes, 8 of 13 from the field, had the mid range really going and really was trying to get close to that rim to get the highest percentage shots that he can get. And he did a good job of creating those shots and those opportunities and finishing them off. So he finished with 16 points. He also had 6 rebounds, 3 assists, 1 steal, 1 block. He did have way too many turnovers because he was trying to do a little bit too much and trying to play, a little bit too fast. But it happens when you have to be a guy that has a bigger role than you expected to have. And he tried to do the best he can to run that offense and create shots for himself and his teammates. And that's what can come when you're not normally used to doing it for a long period of time, because he did play 28 minutes tonight. And he was a -12 also tonight. Benedict Mathurin, 6 of 14 from the field, 2 of 5 from three. He did go 10 of 10 from the free throw line. He led the Indiana Pacers in scoring tonight with 24 points. But not only that, he had 13 rebounds, with 7 of them being offensive. Just a great game from him. You would just like to have him be a little bit more efficient, and that's really about it. But he wasn't bad efficiency-wise anyway. I'm just saying that's all you can really ask him to do. He also had 3 assists and 2 steals with 3 turnovers and 3 personal fouls. He still finished as a -14 and plus minus, which isn't that good, but he did the best he could to try to take care of the ball handling duties from where Tyrese Halliburton would normally have them. Somebody had to eat up those minutes that was available, and him and TJ did that, and they both got in double figures, and they both played a great offensive game, but it just wasn't enough at the end of the day. And Ben Shepherd, 16 minutes, he was 0-1 from three. That was only field goal, no points, because he didn't tip no free throws, and he didn't make none for that reason either. 4 rebounds, 1 of them was offensive with a turnover and a personal foul and a -4 and plus minus. And then Quentin Jackson played a couple of seconds and didn't do nothing at all. The rest of the guys did not play. Coach's decision, or they was injured, and they did shoot 29 to 70, 41% from the field, 11 to 28, 39% from three, which was good, and 22 to 29, 75% from the free throw line. They did also have 12 offensive rebounds and 45 total, and they also had 17 assists, 6 steals, 4 blocks, and also 21 turnovers as a team. That's way too many. And they also did commit 24 personal fouls. That's a big amount, and it allowed the Thunder to shoot 31 total, which was more than them. And that's something that you don't like to see when you're already trailing for majority of the game and you're trying to find a way to win it. I will also say Chet Fetch Holmgren played 31 minutes for the Oklahoma City Thunder, 6 of 8 from the field. He scored very close to the basket. You have to like that from him. He also was able to make a three, but he finished 1 of 2 from there. But he also got to the free throw line 8 times and made 5 of them. 18 points for him. He did rebound the ball at a decent level with 8 total. 2 of them was offensive with a steal. He did have 5 blocks. Man, he was all over the place, just using that length and that quickness and athleticism to his advantage, and just making it tough to get a shot off. And when he did, he'll have you get a shot off. He was able to clean it up, and like the fact that he was able to rebound sometimes after the blocks tonight, showing you how much effort, how much passion he was playing with to become an NBA championship champion, which he ended up becoming tonight in Oklahoma City. Plus 10 and plus minus for him. Jalen Williams took a lot of shots, 20 tonight, but he was only 7 of 20 from the field. He did play 38 minutes. It made sense for him to play a lot of minutes because you want your best players on the court as much as you can to increase your chances of winning. He did go 2 of 7 from three. The Pacers just saying you can have that shot. We'd rather you shoot threes than drive to the basket. And it ended up kind of working out for them, honestly. 4 of 6 from the free throw line. He ended up going. He did finish with 20 points, 4 rebounds, 4 assists, 2 steals, a turnover, and 4 personal fouls. He was a plus 13 and plus minus. This is the type of game you expect him to be and have. And, it wasn't the most efficient game, wasn't the most dominant game, but it was just enough, for him to be able to make shots and make plays is all you can really ask him to do. He did enough of it tonight to be able to help this team win. Isaiah Hartenstein, 18 minutes, 3 of 4 from the field, 1 of 3 from the free throw line. That baby boy was knocked out in his hands, even though everybody was going crazy. Everything was loud. That baby still was able to go to sleep, but he didn't. He finished with 7 points, 9 rebounds, 3 of them was offensive. He did have 4 assists and a steal with 2 turnovers. He was a +1 and plus minus. Was very physical, was very strong, was able to help the offense balance out a little bit with his screen setting and his playmaking, and then rebounding the ball at a high level. In those 18 minutes that he ended up playing was a necessity, and he was able to deliver on that part. Shea shot the most shots in the game, 27 field goals. He only made 8 of them. He also went 2 of 12 from three. He kept searching for it. He kept hunting it. He kept trying it, but it just wasn't there for him tonight, unfortunately. But he did go 11 of 12 from the free throw line, so he didn't give up on driving. He didn't give up on trying to find a way to shoot the ball or score it from the mid-range, even if he had to create separation or even if he had to initiate the contact. It was just tough to stay in front of him, tough to guard him tonight. And they wanted him to shoot those threes. We'll let you take that. We don't want you taking no layups or no free throws or even no mid-range. It worked because he went 2 of 12, but their defense was able to stifle the Indiana Pacers anyway and make their life difficult too. And it was able to get more turnovers and more assists, and that ended up helping them beat the Pacers by 11. Other than that, he had 12 assists, was finding guys by cutting or seeing them open, and they just had to make the play after that. That's normally what he does, is give the ball up early or give it when he's trying to drive a little bit or move a little bit, and it ended up working out for him tonight and his teammates. He did have 5 rebounds and 1 steal and 2 blocks and a turnover. He also had 5 personal fouls. It was getting his hands caught a little bit too much in a cookie jar. But it happens, and he didn't foul out, and he was able to help his team with the free throw shooting and his decision-making to help them be able to close out this series and become champions. Plus 11 and plus minus. Every one of the Oklahoma City starters was a plus tonight. Even Luguentz Dort, who didn't shoot the ball that well either, 35 minutes, 3 of 10 from the field, 2 of 9 from three, 1 of 2 from the free throw line, 7 rebounds, 3 of them was offensive, 3 steals, 1 turnover, 3 personal fouls. He finished as a plus 12 and plus minus. And with that 3-point shooting and that 2-point field goal and the free throw, he finished with 9 points. You just have to like the fact that he was really, really going strong defensively, playing, guys close, making them work for shots and baskets and forcing them to make tough, difficult shots, while still able to get those 3 steals tonight too, really helping this team get open, easy opportunities throughout the game, and also rebounded very well too for his position, showing you how much they really wanted to win this game, and they played the game right fundamentally. But you would just want them to make more shots, especially from three, and that's something that the starters and the bench really didn't do that well tonight. Dylan Jones, 1 minute played. He only had 1 personal foul. He's a -4 plus minus 0 points. Dieng played 1 minute. He finished as a -4 also with 0 points. Kenrich Williams played 5 minutes. He was 0-1 from three. He did get 1 rebound. He was a -1 and plus minus was 0 points. Alex Caruso, 32 minutes. He was 4 of 10 from the field. And he finished also 2 of 5 from three. He was open and he was letting it go as he should, but he still was attacking other ways too. So you have to like the fact that he was making the right decision, even if it was turning down the wide open shots or semi-contested shots tonight. And that's something that he has been able to do throughout the whole season. But not only that, he finished with 3 rebounds, 2 of them being offensive out of that total, with 3 steals in the block. He's going to compete and play hard defensively, and he was able to come up with some gold tonight. And that's really fun to see him take pride in being a great defender and doing whatever it takes to be, great on that end of the court while still giving them some offense in the half court if they don't get the turnovers or the stops. Plus 8 and plus minus, he finished with 10 points. Aaron Wiggins, 12 minutes, 0-1 from three. He did get 1 rebound. He did get a personal foul. He did finish as a plus 11 and plus minus, although he didn't do a crazy amount box score wise. And then Cason Wallace, 26 minutes. He was 4 of 6 from the field, 2 of 3 from the 3-point line, 2 rebounds, 3 steals, 1 turnover, 3 personal fouls. He's a plus 7 and plus minus. He ended up having 10 points. Also, when you can shoot the ball as well as he did tonight, while also being able to put the ball on the floor and make a shot, you should have double figures, and he did. He's one of their best and most dependable guys off the bench with guys like Aaron Wiggins and Caruso. Obviously, Aaron Wiggins didn't have the game that he wanted to, but he still came out there and gave his all, just like Cason Wallace and the rest of the guys that ended up playing tonight. You got to put all your chips in when you're trying to win a championship. Everything and every person matters. And AJ Mitchell played 1 minute and he finished with a turnover, but he was also a -4 plus minus. But you have to like that the bench didn't mess things up and they had a chance to get their shine, that they was good enough to make this roster. They've had their ups and downs as a bench and as a team in general, going to Game 7 in Denver, trailing this series multiple times and still finding a way to get it done and win it. Even if it went 7, you still happy to be champions. You still happy to get the job done. And now we're going to see how they retool this roster a little bit more and fine tune it so they can be able to have a chance to possibly repeat something that hasn't been done since the Golden State Warriors with Kevin, Wayne Durant, Steph Curry, Klay Thompson, and Draymond Green, who went to 3 straight NBA finals, winning the first 2 and losing the last. Other than that, the rest of the guys did not play. Jalen Williams and Isaiah Joe didn't get on the court tonight, although they were healthy. Other than that, 35 of 87, 40% from the field for them, 11 of 40, 27% from three, 22 of 31, 71% from the free throw line. They did also have 13 offensive rebounds, which helped them because they had 40 rebounds total, but they did get out rebounded by Indiana, but they did have more assists with 20. They also had 14 steals, which was basically over double what the Pacers did tonight. And that did help them win this game because they took care of the ball and they was able to make it hard and difficult for the Pacers to score. And they also turned them over a bunch, and they even blocked their shots double than what the Pacers did to them with 8 tonight, and they only had 7 turnovers tonight, which is really, really low and really, really good, showing you that they knew what they wanted to execute and do offensively and didn't get ahead of themselves or get in their own head or mess things up or force things too much so that the Pacers can have a chance to make a run and get back in the game and possibly steal it. That didn't happen tonight either, and you have to give credit to the Thunder for taking care of their chances and their opportunities and valuing each possession on the court, and that's how you become a champion, and doing the fundamentals that they did do, like I told you, that of their stats as a team, to be able to put yourself in a position to always be able to be ahead or stay in a chance of being able to win, which they did basically this entire game. And they only finished with 23 personal fouls, which was, like I said, less than the Pacers did for them. So other than that, you have to be proud of the Oklahoma City Thunder. They did something that's hard. They did something that's very tough and very difficult to do, which is close somebody out in a championship game. And even though it was at home, and even though they was the favorite, and even though a lot of people felt like they was the best team in the NBA, and they should be able to win this series very easily, we have to give a lot of love and a lot of support to the Indiana Pacers because they really made it tough. They really made it difficult. They really made it a series, and they really made it worth being a watchable series and fun to see, as they gave them some upsets in this series and made it very hard and very, very difficult, and showed that they can play at the level of the Thunder and do something similar to what the Thunder can do to other players and other teams. And they actually worked for the majority of this series. They just fell a little short in the last game, which we knew that they probably would. But we don't know the upside of this Pacer team. We know for sure that they can contend for championships. They can compete for championships. Now it's about seeing what goes on with Tyrese Halliburton health. How good is he going to be? How much is going to take him to heal and recover? And you want it to be slow, and you want it not to force anything or rush anything, because he is one of the best players in this franchise, and he is one of the best players in the league, and he is one of the best minds and decision makers also in the entire NBA. Not only that, you have to say congratulations to the Thunder. They had a tough series, they had a tough road. It wasn't easy. Obviously, they struggled with Denver a little bit. Memphis gave them a little bit of problems. Minnesota was able to beat them also and beat the brakes off them too. But they never quit. They never gave up. They never felt like they was bad enough, even when they lost big in these runs that they had against these certain teams and these certain matchups. They was able to show that they can beat all of them at the end of the day by beating every single series that they was in. They did lose the NBA Cup this season. They grew from it. They learned from it. They were disappointed in that, and they knew that they could have played better. They could have did better, and they put it together and won the one that mattered the most, which is the NBA championship. And we're going to see, can they have this same type of thing work next year? More teams are going to be prepared. More teams are going to change their roster. More teams are going to try to find a way to exploit them. And more teams are going to try to find a way to knock them off the top of the mountain so that way they can be champions. And we're going to see a lot more trades. We're going to see a lot more signings. And we're going to see a lot more teams draft real well to put themselves in a position to where they can be competitive with the Oklahoma City Thunder when it comes to possibly being able to win championships in the future, which the Thunder has one of the best chances of doing so because of the situation they are with their roster being 25 or younger, and also having a bright future when it comes to picks and cap space, because they can always let somebody go with some packages to be able to get the guy that they need or a player that they need. And that's something that a lot of teams don't have a luxury of having, and that's something that the Thunder have an abundance of. So we do have to give Sam Presti credit for setting them up in the present, while also setting them up to have a lot of success in the future. And that's his job, to build the best roster that he can build and have the best position that he can have them in. And you got to give credit to Mark. I wanted him fired. It was a little bit of an over exaggeration, but that's the way you have to think if you're trying to be a championship team. If everybody's not on the same page, if everybody's not doing their job, if everybody's not pushing the team the way they need to push them, you're not going to do much. You're not going to accomplish much in this league, in this sport, and at the highest level of any sport. And that's why you have to take it that sincerely. And that's why you have to take it that seriously, because they is in a situation that people will die for, people will fight for, people will kill for, and people will dream of. And you just don't want to let that go. You just don't want to give that away like they did in game 6. And now we're going to see what they do in game 7 is basically the thought. And then they ended up getting it done at the end of the day. It was hard. It was tough. It was difficult. It was frustrating at times, but they didn't let the head get too far above the water. They just got it above just enough to see and get out of it. And they didn't put themselves in too big of a hole and too big of trouble. And they also, benefited from some things going their way. And you have to do that because the goal is to be a champion. And that's all that matters at the end of the day. How you get it done and how you do it is always going to be questioned, always going to be, looked up down upon for people that's hating and people that don't want to give you credit. But you look at it like you got yourself in this position and you made the best out of it. And you got it done and accomplished the hardest goal in the world sometimes, which is beating, the best teams and the best coaches and the best organization at what they do best, which is playing this game and this sport at the highest level. Other than that, comment, like, subscribe, share, hit the notification bell for more analysis. And if you're new to the channel, I do conversation video just like this in various NBA only topics. Also do breakdowns with real footage of legends, current legends, rookies, and also future stars. Also do mock draft and draft coverage too. Plus I have over 3,000 videos already on my channel that you can watch and you can enjoy. Plus, on top of that, I also make videos basically every single day that I'm living. So if you like stuff like draft coverage or even conversations or even breakdowns or tributes to the legends that helped change the game and improve the game and also help the game be where it is today, while also giving credit to the current players, this is the perfect channel for you if you're an NBA, especially a basketball fan. Other than that, thanks for watching. Thanks for supporting the channel. Thanks for making time for me. Thanks for caring about what I have to say. Thank you for appreciating the content for what it is and coming back and continuing to support the channel to the best of your ability, even if it's just watching, buying merchandise, or doing the little things that fans should do to support a content creator that they love and enjoy spending time with. And that's a 50-50 reason why this channel is still around, is because I love making content and y'all love what I make and love what I continue to produce. And that's all I can really ask y'all to do, is to continue to watch and support it to the best of y'all ability. And I'm going to continue to try to make the most content that I can at the best way that I can. And that's all I can do, is give y'all that, and y'all love it and enjoy it. And that's the fun part about how we've been able to work things out as a creator and as fans. And that's the reason why everything comes back full circle to me continuing to push myself to give out great content. Other than that, hope you guys enjoyed y'all weekend. Hope you guys enjoyed the NBA Finals. Hope you guys enjoyed the playoffs. And hopefully you guys are ready for the NBA draft, summer league season previews, preseason and regular season, because although it was a championship won today, it will be a championship hopefully being able to be won next year too. So it's basically a restart, a reset, and let's see who can do it again. And let's see who can try to do it for the first time, or let's see what roster we can put together to compete with its current champions if we get to the finals and give ourselves a chance to win, is all the owners and the GMs can try to do with the team that they assemble and they put out there. So still more fun things to watch, still more things to look forward to as NBA and basketball fans. And some of these new players are going to bring in a different style and different things to the table that makes them fun and entertaining, and exactly what we're going to be waiting to see in the next couple of days when it's Wednesday and the draft is going to be there. So if you love that type of stuff, make sure you continue to support the channel and continue to stay subscribed and hit the notification bell, because I will be covering as much NBA things as I can this summer and giving y'all my analysis on those things. And that's the whole purpose of this channel. Other than that, I'm going for now. Thanks for watching. Thanks for coming back over and over again to see what I have to say. And thank y'all for supporting the channel. Remember, let's make 2025 a better year than 2015. That's the only goal of this channel, really. That was a big, powerful year for what we want to do on this channel and what type of content we want to make and how we want to make it. And that helped build the channel to what it is today. We have been more consistent. We have been putting out more content than ever last year and this year. And I just want that to continue to the best of my ability. And I want to continue to give y'all the best analysis that I can and the most analysis that I can, because I know you guys want more and you guys love watching it. Other than that, I'm gone for now. See you guys hopefully tomorrow if it's willing and it's meant for me too. And I can't wait to tell y'all what I feel about free agency also. And that should be a fun thing for us to look forward to. And man, it's going to be another wild off season and another wild draft. And I just can't wait to see what the NBA has in store for us. And I want to give you as much analysis as I can throughout all these things that's going to happen in the next few months and even next year. And it's going to be another fun ride. So we had a great 6 months so far. It's getting ready to go into the 7th month. Let's have the same approach that we had in these first 6 months for the last couple months, which is basically 6 months left. And that's all we can try to do is try to even out the year, do better than we did last year, and find ways to grow and improve. And like I tell you all the time, make sure y'all get your rest, make sure y'all get your goals set, make sure y'all try to achieve them, and make sure y'all don't let too many people ruin your day or let something ruin your day, and try to have the best ending to your day, and also try to start your day the best way that you can too, just to have as much fun and as much happiness and as much joy as you guys can have while you're living here on earth, because that's all you guys should try to strive for, besides not putting yourself in bad positions either. Other than that, I'm going for now. See you guys later. Peace out. Thank y'all for watching. Thank y'all for supporting. And y'all stay blessed up. I'm going for now. Peace.